Well, hello, citizens of the web. Hi, my name is Chris, and welcome to another lovely episode of Ascension. We got a fantastic episode for you today, but before we get into all that good stuff, let's see who we're playing with here. Starting off with Syrinx. Syrinx, who are you, and who are you playing today?
Well, hello, citizen. I'm Syrinx, she, her, and today I once again will have the lovely pleasure of playing Kydra, our one and only paladin who didn't murder their first person last session.
Which leads us to our next contestant, Apollo. Apollo, who are you playing? And
Hello there, citizens of the world. My name is Apollo. I will be playing Anki Eleazar. And last session, I did not kill my 200th, 2 millionth, I don't know. I only killed my first, so be chill with me. He, him. He, they, fuck it.
He, him.
What are his pronouns? He, him. That's it. That's what I said in the doc. Yep. It's on the overlay.
Lovely, lovely. And with that, hello, my name is Chris, and I will be your GM for these preceding evenings. Before we start, as always, a bit of housekeeping. In case you missed those bad boys in the beginning, Experimentation.cw will show you all the content warnings that we got going on here. In case you missed them, I'll read them out for you. You got fantasy and gun violence, gore, trauma, fire, blood, grief, severe weather, undead / zombies, romance, and references to sexual entanglements, monsters and monstrosities, references to imperialism, capitalism, depictions of experimentation, war, and imprisonment. If any of this does not float your boat, there's a plethora of wonderful content out there for you to enjoy. And if you want to follow me or any of the lovely people that are on and behind the screen, you can type !cast to see where you can find them on the big wide web. With all that in mind, I think it's time for us to start our episode, so let's get to that intro, and we'll see you folks in a hot second. See you soon.
Or in 3 minutes, not a hot second.
3 minutes! we return. I'm concerned with that. We return back on our lovely cast here as the portal that opened from the section of industry, the industrial section of the city, closes. And you, along with Francis, find yourselves in what looks like to be another derelict train station. This, out of all the other portals, this one seems to be the most like intact in terms of like the structure itself is still somewhat adequate. Excuse me, is somewhat adequate. Not much around, as it's very much that same derelict vibe of luggage around, and things are a mess here. You can tell immediately it is nighttime, which you're at least thankful for, that you have some indicator of what time it is. But at this point, Francis kind of comes out. He's breathing quite heavily after everything that's kind of happened, and taking a moment. For my other two here, how are we feeling? I think I want to start with Kydra here. How are you feeling after narrowly escaping the seer's grasp once again?
I think it's dawning a little bit that even though they've been moving as fast as they could, they need to start moving faster, because there's more and more people who are either on their trail or who now know of what they are doing. Every place that they leave behind, all the people that they leave behind, could create more issues along the way, could create more people who could possibly want to follow still or whatnot. So I think there's this building up that just more so now is in my head of, okay, we're now here, let's just keep going. There can't even be time to stop and think about things. If we do that right now, it doesn't have any benefit. We need to keep going. And I think that's an easy train of thought to slip into. It's easier than any other, I think.
Anki, how about you? How are you feeling in this instance?
How immediately after walking through the portal are we?
Like a couple minutes.
I think I'm calming down. I think I'm still very agitated. My field of vision right now is barely 5 feet in front of me. Not because there's anything wrong with my eyes, but because all my abilities of perception are being turned inwards. And I'm just trying to take account of my emotional state. I'm trying to make sense of how I'm feeling, where I'm feeling it. And that entire process of just trying to ground myself keeps being interrupted by the slowly setting in realization that I killed someone, and then not 2 minutes later, vowed to kill someone else. And I'm just trying to ground myself while not knowing how to deal with those acts.
In this moment, Francis kind of comes in to try to organize you guys together and kind of goes, okay, that was a hell of a time, but we did it. That much closer to getting out of here.
Yeah. I'll look at Anki and address him. How long have you had wings?
if we're being honest, I think maybe I've always had them, but I look behind me. I don't have them now. How many times have I had them?
Why are you asking me that? I've literally been with you for a few days.
Same. Yeah.
Well, if I've always had them, then they've never come out before I met you.
What did they look like?
Very similar to yours, but just made out of like golden light.
Yeah.
Made out of that,
So
like golden orange, like fiery light.
they aren't physically there right now. Yep.
No. And if you looked at like the back of my vest and of my shirt, there's no sort of rip.
Okay. Right. Neat spell you have, I guess. Use it more often in the future, will you? It's more convenient than me having to drag your ass while I fly.
Well, see, that's the thing as well. I didn't have spells. I don't. I used to be able to channel magic through items. Remember the watch I gave you? That could channel magic through an item. But me casting magic, I've been casting magic all day, haven't I?
I mean, you're not home, so maybe, you know, and you it's like whatchamacallit, like biology, or maybe, you know, something like that, where, you know, a creature adapts, so maybe you're just adapting. I don't know.
The line between science and magic is paper thin anyway. That's why magic can be channeled through technology, but this is new for me as well. And it feels like when we left the lowest level, it felt like a gear got turned or shifted in me, and something I haven't been consciously doing most anything. I've just been with the chains that they bound us in the airship. I just wanted to rip them off, and they melted in my hand. With the war machine, with the skiff, when we were driving and we were leaking, I didn't repair it. I just wanted it to stop, and it did. I don't understand this, and I don't understand why now.
Well, I suggest start understanding, because I need you to know what you can do, so that if we're in trouble again, I know what to count on you for. Okay? So start making it your priority to learn what you can do.
Yeah.
Good. Now, let's keep going. I'm sure it won't take us terribly long to find the portal here.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, about that, I think we should take a rest. One, it's nighttime, so we don't know what we're getting ourselves into. And second, it looks like there's a bunch of debris and shit, so it's gonna take a couple shifts to get that junk out the way so we can keep going. So I suggest we take ourselves a rest. He kind of pulls up a duffel bag he has. Got a couple cans here of food, so I can start a nice little fire, and we can have ourselves a little grub.
Do you need
Yeah.
rest, Anki?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
Sure.
I'm on 16 hit points.
I'll start on the debris.
I need rest. Fantastic. So with that, you guys begin your long rest. Heating up foods. It just looks like he's just got a couple of, it's like various meats and beans. It's very much like canned processed food that he just holds over the fire for a bit, opens it up, and hands it over to you guys as you all kind of eat there. before we
Beans,
move
my
on.
lord.
Beans,
Thank
my
you.
lord, little beans.
He has a fork when he's beans. Have at him.
How about
Squeeze
now?
him.
Inside jokes with that. As you guys are
It's
eating around the fire, Francis kind of pipes up as it's very much like an awkward silence kind of dinner as you guys are just eating, looking into the fire, and kind of goes, so, what are you gonna do once you get out of here, huh?
well, I mean, well, my job is to get the bring us back.
Your job is nothing. Your
Yeah.
job was put on you by that seer.
Well,
I'm in the same boat as Bird Brain here, yeah, you know.
well,
it's
okay.
like,
Well, to not entirely lose my sense of self, I've made the executive decision that the person who had me in a tower was bad. Yes, and we can all agree on that, and that's a happy compromise. But the underlying mission of saving people might not be entirely worth giving up on. So, until I know more, that part stays the same.
yeah, but let's just say, hypothetically, because I know you science types love the hypotheticals, you get out, let's say you save the city, yay, you know, parades and all that who that shit. What are you gonna do once you're free? What's the first thing you're gonna do, huh? Like for example, me, I'm gonna head down to a nice little spot I know, have myself the juiciest steak I could possibly find, and then go on to live out my merriment in rich that I am old.
Well, I assume I'll have to eat, so I could also maybe get a steak, but my whole life has just been geared towards saving the city. So beyond that, I guess I'll keep working for the city if they need me. I don't know.
Okay, fantastic.
I'm sure
Kydra,
you'll figure it out when
what about
you get there.
yeah? What about you, Big Bird? What are you gonna do?
I give him like a half a second of a look, as in like you don't know.
He gives like a half like I kind of know, I don't also know as well. Like he's like he has an idea, but he would still like to know.
Yeah. And then continue eating. I won't first stop be going for a steak. Much rather, I'll go back to the place I once was. And I'll resume my job there.
You know, that's the one thing I never got. You want to go back to your employers that cast you out? Like that seems like a dumb idea, to be honest. What if they just do it again? Don't you want to, I don't know, fly over the breeze, have nothing to worry about, live your life without having to worry about being shot at?
It's a second chance at not making mistakes again. And like Anki said, it's nice to have a purpose, isn't it? Besides getting somewhere and eating a steak and living a life.
Hey, look, to each his own. I just know that the steak is going to be delicious. I'm going to have all the gold in the world. I'm going to get a nice house by the beach. I want to enjoy life. Unlike you two, which apparently is work and more work.
I guess some just don't understand having a purpose in life. Being
Yeah.
born for something.
I was born all right. I
Not
was
for
born to be
something,
a
Francis.
winner. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Start acting like it then.
It's not like I was the one who put a bomb in the back of a place and lost it to a kid.
Technically, it was your bomb, so
Technically, it got swiped from you.
not if it never got in my possession in the first place. Then it was still yours.
We've all lost bombs. It's not that big of a deal.
Well, you see, gets up. The conversation between you two is as exhilarating as talking to a brick wall. I am going to catch some Z's. Try not to blow things up while I am sleeping.
Don't start
Good night.
something you can't finish.
Good night. He goes over to his corner of the room.
I think the silent eating continues for a little bit more.
I'll break it.
I'll
Staring
break
at
it.
I'll break it. I won't make eye contact with you while I'm eating, but you just hear a very softly worded question. Do you remember your first?
Sure, I do.
First kill, I mean, just to specify what I mean.
Sure, yeah.
Nothing
I
untoward.
do.
Yeah. How do you do it effortlessly?
I just have a purpose for it. It's all to reach a goal. It's all with a purpose.
So it's okay if you do it for a reason.
So I don't care what's in way of my goal or purpose. I'll get there. And if they decide to be in the way, that's a choice they make. And a choice I'll act on.
Huh. Was killing ever not the first resort for you?
It's not a first resort for me, despite what you may think. I mean, I'm trained in more than combat.
Okay. Well, I apologize for making that assumption.
But I know
But
when something is dangerous.
so what is your first resort?
Getting to my goal in whatever way has to be. I mean, we've done diplomacy sometimes, and it sometimes works, but sometimes that doesn't work. You gotta know when it won't work. And you gotta be the first one to realize it won't work. If you're the second one, you're too late. I think you realized that in your room back there.
Well, yes, but I still gave more chances than that. How many chances were you told to give?
No one tells you how many chances you give. It's up to you to decide that.
Huh.
Your opinion, your insight on the matter. That's why you need to be trained to have a good insight in it. Because in that moment, it's up to you. You can't follow a guide, a rule someone gives you. Because if you do, if you have to think about those rules, it's already too late in some instances.
Pedro, how do you live with so much rage inside you? I mean, we haven't known each other that long, but. And obviously, this isn't your fault, but like, in our time together, I've been filled with so much anger, and it feels horrible. How do you live like this?
I think you're mistaken in wanting to pinpoint emotions or objectives here, Anki. I don't do things out of a rage, you say. I do whatever it takes to get where I want to be. That's not rage, that's purpose. So maybe what you've been feeling isn't rage either, it's you looking for a purpose.
I've never had to look for a purpose. I've had a purpose since I was a child. I've been told my purpose since before I knew how to build my first machine. I knew what my purpose was. Everything I've learned has been for it. I've never been without purpose. But this isn't purpose. This is anger, fear, confusion, moments of ruthlessness and only caring about myself. That can't be what a purpose gives you.
You're making a mistake of focusing too much on those emotions. Because if maybe you wouldn't focus so much on them, you would find your purpose again. And your head would be clearer, trust me. You don't want to lose yourself to all those inner thoughts and emotions. It'll lead to bad decisions.
Yeah. Are you sure you haven't fallen for them?
Fallen for them?
Those thoughts, those emotions.
It's the one mistake I ever made. And that's why I know what it's like to lose your purpose.
Have you ever spoken to someone about that? It can help. Someone that maybe you feel you can trust or have an agreement with. Secrecy, someone who can. I can build a good machine, but nothing I build will stand if there aren't people around me to support it.
That's you doubting your own self-worth.
No, that's me
why?
knowing infrastructure. That's me knowing city infrastructure. I can build the best bridge in the labyrinth, but if there's not a team of engineers there to make sure that it's still structurally sound, that there's no damage being dealt to it, it could fall, maybe not in 5 decades, but it will fall eventually. If there aren't people there to support, because I can't always be there. To understand how a psyche is the same, right?
I once had people around me who I trusted to a degree. But then also, you need to know that some people just need to follow instructions. They don't need to know everything.
Is that not very lonely? To be the sole custodian of your mind?
Why would that bother someone? Again, you're stuck on things that you don't have to give that much space in your mind.
I don't know. Ever since I was a child, I was told that my purpose was to save the city, and that it was only mine. And even the people that want to help the most can never know what that's like. I think it would feel better if there was somebody else there who knew what it felt like to share that type of burden. And I just don't understand why somebody wouldn't want their burdens shouldered. And you've done it before, so it can't be that bad.
Gods don't need supports, Anki.
Are you a god?
I'm built
I've
to
seen you
become one.
bleed. I don't think you're a god.
No.
And I mean that in no disrespect. I saw my birth certificate and a goddess was listed as my mother. I don't mean that in any disrespectful way. Simply factually, you're not a god.
No, not yet.
So what's the plan?
I got close once. And then I faltered. And now I know where to not make mistakes again.
Hi, GM Chris. Have I heard of this before? Have I heard of anything like this before?
Nope.
Okay. Okay. How does one get close to godhood?
You become so good in a specific thing that someone notices you. And you get the opportunity to get in to the Pantheon. Who knows? You might get the chance one day.
So who noticed you and offered you Ascension?
Doesn't matter to you. Someone whose vision I greatly admire.
Someone like the Seer?
No.
Someone like a different god?
In a way.
Kydra, I think at this point you do notice that time is going against you, so you're gonna have to sleep if you're gonna be able to get your rest soon.
I'll stand up. Put my can to the side. You should look for your purpose. And you should go for it full-heartedly.
What's your purpose?
Becoming the best commander there ever was. And in the way of that, it's nice to become a god as well. I'm gonna start on that debris. I better not hear you be awake anymore.
Okay. Well, if you ever need to talk about how godhood is going for you, and I'm gonna go find a little space to claim for my own for sleep.
Fantastic. The two of you go off, doing your own things. Hydra, you focusing on getting the rubble out, switching with Francis. As you get a long rest, so full spell slots, and full health.
Yippee!
Yippee! And a new day begins. You're not woken up naturally, though. You begin to not count down. I didn't even finish the description.
I don't believe you.
But the music is changing.
Just count down. let it happen. You are woken up not by the sounds of a mourn or anything like that. You just let it happen. Let me finish. Yeah, that's right. You're woken up to the sounds of what is almost like muffled because of you being inside, but something of a fanfare. Very similar to the essence of that Anki heard around when it was your Lanterns Day. It's very much in that sense. Are we crying?
They're just waking up like, what the fuck is going on?
Very much fanfare is in the around the raging. I think for you, Kydra, because you did go to sleep and Francis took over. You see Francis kind of waking guys up.
Me going to grab my mace immediately.
Hey, not to be a guy who wants to wake you up on the wrong side of the bed, but there's some weird shit happening outside that you need to handle, because I think it's for you too.
Wake up. Get your ass out of bed, Anki.
Music. What is that music?
We're about to find out.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Weird music. Why not?
I do quickly get equipment on and stuff because, well, yeah.
Putting your stuff on, you two head for the exit door, and as you prepare for whatever shenanigans or bullshit that this section has prepared for you, it is nothing that you quite expected. The first thing that hits you is immediately just a ray of bright sunlight that comes here as you're finally getting closer and closer to the beginning section of where weather and sunlight and all that is a little bit more natural. But you hear the roar of a crowd as you see there is quite literally a red carpet treatment laid out before you here. You see on each side is a crowd of people, each of them well dressed. I'm talking very much of formal dressed, maybe a little French Victorian kind of vibes. You see each of these individuals have some sort of masquerade before their faces.
Hell no.
Come on.
Send me back to the zombies,
when
bro.
you want to scuttle back inside, I grab hold of your shoulder and
I think
hold
I
you
see a
with me.
masquerade mask and I just full turn. I'm like, no.
Nope.
No.
But with that, they're clapping, roaring, throwing confetti. You are also able to see what this realm looks like here, as this is new for the both of you. As you see, the buildings here are a little bit like the top section of the Guardianship section, but it's a combination of both modern and ancient. As you see, there are cracks in the stone of these various buildings that are almost filled with gold inside them as temporary adhesive. You see there's also various pieces of rock that sort of reassemble themselves constantly, creating new pieces of buildings, and hence this sort of fresh artwork that's always being constantly made. As you are trying to get a handle on whatever the hell is going on here, there is a sound of horns that blare in unison. And soon you see what looks like to be a carriage being drawn by these sort of mechanized golden horses begin to come off. And with that, you see an individual begin to proceed outward. This individual is porcelain white skin. Very much of their skin is similar to that of porcelain or china. You see that it is decorated with these various inlays of gold roses in them. Their hair is gray. They are wearing a somewhat illustrious form of garb as well. And you notice that their wings are very much similar to almost like yours, Kydra's, except they're more on the lighter side with sort of blonde and yellow in theirs. They proceed forward and go, "Welcome, thrice welcome, my friends, to the cultural section."
Hi, who do you have the pleasure of meeting?
Hello, it is a
We have
pleasure to
not.
make your acquaintance.
No, I asked who do we have the pleasure of meeting?
Oh, well. I think I'll say that anyway.
It is a pleasure as well to finally meet the fabled lantern.
And who do we have the pleasure of meeting in turn?
Well, if you're so kind to ask, allow me to formally introduce myself. I am known in many parts here as the Soothsayer, but you, my dear friends, can call me Galahad. I am the leader of this section of the city.
Have I met Galahad?
You've seen Galahad, but you never really met them. With all these leaders, you've kind of seen them, but never interacted.
Alright, awesome. Galahad, it is a pleasure to meet you properly.
The pleasure is all mine. And you must be the famous fearsome Kydra.
Yes, a pleasure. So what do we... Oh, the, fanfare.
Well, first, I wanted to give you two a proper greeting. We have seen and heard of your tribulations in trying to get back to the top. Zombies and corrupted war, it is heinous. We do not do absolutely none of that here. This is the cultural section where we believe in art and performance, in delights and bliss. We want to make sure that you have the full range of our hospitality. And as a gesture of goodwill, clap, clap, you see that immediately as he claps his hands, there seems to be just a number of servants that sort of come around. Very much a little bit more in a circus fashion, as you see they do their acrobatics until one of them proceeds and kneels forward. As you see, there is a box that they open up, and you can see the key for this section is laid before you.
Right. Might I ask how you saw and heard of our adventures?
Oh, everyone has been hearing about you two really causing quite the ruckus. I haven't been this excited for events in the city in quite some time, and that's saying a lot given where I'm from.
Is it normal for there to be like some kind of communication between the planes?
People hear things.
Okay.
But especially when
The voices.
the golden child is immediately like kidnapped.
Yeah.
There tends to be a little bit more communication of what's going on here. Plus, you have not really done a really great job of hiding yourselves and what you're doing.
But as long as I know that it's like not unnatural for there to be communication between the planes, that's a
Yeah,
big thing,
it's not as difficult, but given the situation that you've caused by kidnapping Anki, it's been like it's more than usual communication. So stuff kind of gets around faster, especially because like where is he? Where's the lantern? So it's a little bit faster, but not uncommon.
Okay.
Okay, what do I know about... Do I know anything about this section of the city that would make me immediately not go, this is a little bit too French, and this is too much France and too much circus for
This
Apollo.
is too much. Yeah, this is too much. Let them eat cake.
There's too
give
much
me a
French, too
history.
many French vibes, too many circus vibes. Both things that I mistrust.
Give me. I'll
Personally.
give you two things. Either you recall what you know, or you make a perception check.
It's a damn
Or
pirouettes.
insight check. Sorry, insight check. So
The
insight
pirouettes
or
and the
history.
saltos.
God. My insight is worse than my history, but I'm gonna go insight because so many of the things that I've been exposed to have kind of changed my perception that I think that's what I'm going for. I'm checking what's my gut instinct here because that's what I'm trying to listen to more.
Okay.
I don't know why I stopped that sentence there, as if I
You were
didn't then
just-
have to roll.
It's a statement.
Well, I got rewarded for doing the good roleplay thing with an 11.
11. I think you are trying to call upon those voices that constantly come towards you, the ones that constantly come up at opportune moments. And while they do come back for a second, the information they provide isn't exactly useful. A lot of
Yeah.
it's just like one words of blissful, extravagant, strange. All words appearing around the head, around like Gal had.
This is weird. I gotta find a doctor. I know I'm a cleric, but I'm seeing.
I need a
things now, and
doctor.
it's
I think
intense.
I have a brain hemorrhage.
I'm like, whoa. But,
With that Gal
okay.
had. As you can see, I am providing you with the very key you need to leave this section of the city. I have heard your poor and trodden troubles, and I could not, in good conscience, let you be in the state you are.
Well, we thank you very kindly. Is there any exchange of service that you seek in exchange for this key?
Please, it is not for me to ask for anything in return. The
And
only thing I wish to do, or at least simply, would to be throwing a party in your honor before we give you a hoot hoot and hurrah out of here.
Okay, no one's giving me any sort of hoot hoot. But you stay away from my hoot hoot and my hurrah. Okay, I don't say any of that. That's just what he's thinking. He's like, "Oh, stay away from me." I like the Kaidra. A party in our honor?
Libations, entertainment, all that we are known for here in our hospitality and section of the city. We want to make sure you know that not all of us are bloodthirsty monsters or self-righteous leaders. Some of us are simply good hospitality individuals.
I can see that indeed, and that's the only reason why I'll speak about concerns. Then you see, while a party does sound wonderful and your hospitality does sound great, we do have to also know, since you have heard about our travels, that well, if you were to throw a party that could invite unwelcome presences, be it physically or not physically, that would hinder us in the rest of our travels. And that does concern me. Perhaps you have a way to ease those concerns by providing us or not swearing to us, but giving us some kind of reassurance to our protection and our ability to safely travel to the portal to the next plane.
I see you. I hear you. I can provide you with 2 prime examples that you are completely safe here. With that, you hear another clap. May I present to you 2 special individuals. As you see, they move to the side here. You see, first and foremost, Ilara, your bodyguard, Anki.
Yeah.
Presented forward, not in their normal sort of, uniform, but a little bit more of like a formal presentation going forward. But the thing that interests you the most here is the individual that is to the left of them. The same individual you have seen time and time again and has been brought up in the various photos and writings regarding your origin. You see that Galhad moves to the side, and you see an individual that looks similar to you. though their tattoos are in a different nature, a little bit more spiked. Their glasses round and rim, their eyes bright yellow. Wearing more of commoner clothing than anything. May I present to you Ilara, head of Anki Security, and Dr. Hartman Coleman. You see, Ilara kind of gives a nod, and Dr. Coleman, being a little bit of awkward Nelly, kind of goes, Hello, I am Dr. Coleman. It is a pleasure to finally meet you in person, Anki.
I take like half a step like in front of Anki the moment I see that Alora is standing there.
Yeah, I think you also see Anki takes like a half step back when he sees Alara, but then sees the doctor and just takes a step forward and almost like bumps past you. Are you? I'm like I want to be right face to face with him.
Yes, my dear boy. I am your father.
Why didn't you? If you were alive and okay, why have I never?
We have a lot to talk about, so let's walk and talk. And I think Ilara also wants to speak with you, Kaitra. You see, Ilara goes, we have much to discuss.
Sure, let's all walk towards the same location, though. Wouldn't want to get lost in a plane we don't know.
Same
See.
here. The last thing I want to see is let a bird fly too far from its coop.
Yeah, and I look at Galhand and I say, we've also grown quite attached in our travels together.
You can see, I do love a happy ending to stories. You two, or four technically, could go about today walk, explore our wonderful hospitality. There is the waterfront, the carnival, the fantastic beach. Enjoy yourselves, and tonight you can reconvene at my manor, where we will throw a party in your honor, and you can go back and continue your journey. Is the least I can do.
Thank you greatly for your hospitality.
Well, I must go. Many preparations to do. Once again, welcome and enjoy yourselves. It is what this section was made to do. As you see, they proceed to flap their wings back, and everybody that's around kind of gives one last cheer before going off and departing and going back to their cafes and ballrooms and everything that's kind of around for people to enjoy around here.
I think, just to also put that out there, I am purposefully not looking to inform Francis or have any kind of interaction, because in my mind right now, I like to use the benefit of the doubt that they don't know someone else is possibly traveling with us, so I have no intention to make it clear that that person is with us for now.
I think Francis pops his head out of the corner and very much gives you a look of like, should I be like joining you? Should I like follow? Should I stay here?
I think there is a very clear dismissive turnaround.
He gives like, what the fuck? And then kind of, I think if anything, decides to kind of follow suit, but like behind, and kind of just trying to do his best to blend in.
I mean, he also notices that Alara is there, so that I'm sure that his alarms are also raised.
Yeah, so he goes on his Assassin's Creed follow mission there, as he does that there. But with that, I think the camera pans over to Anki and his father, as it sort of focuses on the two of them. You guys are kind of in the same area as you proceed to walk a little bit more closer, and you see this luscious place that is full of like these earthy materials, but is also similar to like an old like 1920s waterfront, where the carnivals and big glossy signs, people enjoying themselves, going about their day. And with that, your father, ever so silent, is kind of there with you. It's very much the awkward silence of like, okay, who should talk first? It kind of goes, you have grown. You seem to you seem to have taken good eating habits.
What age was I when you last saw me?
You were still, I think, particularly newborn, maybe around 2, 1.
Okay. So, first things first. I don't know if you should call me your boy anymore, at least for now, just because the last time you saw me was over 30 years ago. You didn't raise me. So, are you my biological father?
Yes, by the laws of nature and all that combined with the sciences that go around that, I am your parental unit on the parental side of the genomes.
Okay, good, because I do have a lot of questions about the maternal side of the genome. So, I'm not saying that I don't want to know you, but there's a level of bond that was immediately assumed that we need to walk back, and maybe we can walk towards it, but I need so much more information before I can be there.
Well, yes, please. I am how you say, in common, open textbook.
Okay, yeah, an open textbook that I haven't seen for yet. No, I'm not gonna be. I'm not, and I'm not upset about it, and I'm not.
You look particularly upset. You have the same sort of snicker your mother had.
Okay, well, people have been trying to kill me for a long time. So from the top, who are you? And then who is my mother? And just sort of walk me through that. And do I have Zone of Truth? Imagine I don't have Zone of Truth. That sucks. Yeah.
Just stand right here and tell me everything.
Sit down right here and submit to this spell.
Just like this is AoE godlike. Just got spotlight. Yeah, just get in there. He kind of goes. No. Well, I should start how all stories start. Once upon a time, in all that wonderment. I am a scientist that was assigned to your mother's case. In a sense, well, not necessarily your mother's case, but the seer's case in which I met your mother. The seer itself, I was working in the tower you call home, as that was a place where a lot of science and experiments happened. And we were trying various methods and rituals to try to secure a way out of the city. Your mother was one of the scientists that were there. The relationship was mutual to begin with. I am, as you can see, not very good at words and a little bit of walking on 2 feet. But your mother graced me with a first date. We talked various about the universe and all the sciences, and we kind of hit it off. But sadly, around that time we were dating, the blackout riots happened when food started to run low, and well, I almost lost her, and it was rough on us. Watching the place that we call home crumble into the ground, which only led us to further believe in this year. One of my projects in particular was the construction of a device. You see, each section has a key, not for only aesthetic purposes, but that key represents the totalic energy of the realms it is. The industrial section was once a plane of fire. You have the water section, which was once the realms of ice and water. And being here, you are in essentially what is the remnants of the realm of earth. And then you have the Guardian section, which is more celestial in nature. And all of these things factor in to making our home a home. I thought if we pooled our resources together to make this device, I could activate the Great Gate. But when I went to go do research, I got stuck in the industrial plane from all the battles and the chaos that was happening there. And I wasn't really able to escape. And when I did eventually find a way back home, the seer disregarded me. I was not a valuable asset at the time, and your mother had sadly passed away. But she did give birth to you. But I would be interfering in his plans if I was to take you away from your destiny. So he offered me a choice. Either I fight him for custody of you, or I could simply take my exile into this section of the city. I am not a strong man, and also you were at the me being in your life or not would have not really been effective, or would have affected you. So I thought I would do what any responsible parent would do, and leave you with people that could give you better opportunities in life than I could. So I took in early retirement, and I have spent my time here. So a bit of a gist of the whole story.
Kadra's influence is really weighing down on Anki right now, and he's really holding back at least 4 things just to rip this man to shreds. Like early retirement. Oh well, I'm glad that you didn't have to deal with a job that is taking care of a child anyway. Okay, and we're holding that back, and we're holding that back. My mother's name. What
about it?
I want to hear it from you. I want to corroborate information.
Nasi.
Okay. And what's she name?
He kind of you don't think.
Well, when you're told your entire fucking life that your whole purpose is to save the city, and you're raised to be some prophetic, some messianic figure, some messianic divine figure, and then there's a name that correlates.
You see, he kind of snickers. Your mother was no goddess. She was a bit of a devil, but she was no goddess.
And we're certain of
It's
this.
like yes, it's like a name. People. You can name your kid after God. She was named after. Nazi is a little presumptuous for me, but it's just a name. She no goddess, as flesh and mortal as you and me.
Okay. Then why was I special? Because again, if the whole reason why I'm a messianic figure was because of a divine parentage, that makes sense. But if I'm just the child of what? 2 promising scientists, one who disgraced himself? How does that
I wouldn't say disgraced myself. I feel that's a little.
Did you or did you not accept exile for your disappointing results on an experiment?
I only get exiled because
That's disgraced. So disgraced scientist plus okay scientist, I guess, or very good scientist equals child of prophecy? How?
maybe he pitied you and took you in. I mean, you were a child with parents, but also maybe you do have some magical quantities. I mean, we spent all the time in the tower, in the lab, God knows what your mother may have been exposed to. Maybe a chemical or something of a magical nature happened that he found interest, or maybe he simply wanted to take care of you. I mean,
did my mother have any magic?
Smart person, no magic that I know of.
Do you have any magic?
Oh no, I am as plain can come. These 2 hands are magic, but not, magic.
Okay. I'm gonna thaumaturgy just like I'm gonna thaumaturgy like the plans of a machine. Just kind of like create like a magical hologram of a machine, essentially.
Fantastic.
So how do you explain me just having this? Because this is also new to me.
What, that is my machine? How did you find that? It was only in my blueprints and whatnot. I never really got around to making an actual conceptual design.
Okay.
Did you know that in my initial design, I was going to go with rubber tubing rather than glass tubing because of the resources that we have here? But as you can see, glass tubing is far more superior. As you can see, of the liquid and you see he goes into a whole tangent for like, did you know? Did you know?
Yeah.
Did
And
you
I think
know?
at some point I am actively going like, well, yeah, but the rubber tubing wouldn't have worked because of the liquids that you're putting through it. It would have
Exactly.
just
See,
through the
I was
rubber.
that's where
You
your mother
need
came
something
in
more pure like
because I
glass.
needed that. Yeah.
You need something that won't corrode to the. No, we're getting distracted. So what about me was special enough to make me the Lantern? Or is the Lantern just an arbitrary title that I have been carrying my whole life?
It could be a little bit of both. Maybe there is something within you, but I do not know your origins enough to determine whether or not you are magical or not.
So who does?
I guess the person who raised you, I guess. But Anki,
Where's my mother buried?
I don't know.
Why don't you know where... Wait, did you marry this woman before you went away?
He has not said anything about marriage.
God damn.
It doesn't take away the fact that he does speak about her affectionately, but doesn't mention anything about being married.
I didn't know I came from a lineage of man whores. What the hell?
Your daddy's a slut. Oh my god.
Get out of my overlay.
Get out of my overlay.
Not even for a goddess. Like
For a god,
Down bad in the apocalypse.
You can't marry a god.
My God?
If it's
not you like seconds before saying like, no, you're not a god. I know what a god is, and then now your dad being like, no, she was.
Well, you're not here, so you can't. I'm gonna keep lying to you about it.
To the grave.
With that, he kind of
I
goes.
think I'm just looking. It's the where's she buried? I didn't answer
maybe
that at least.
Probably nearby the tower.
Okay, well, I'm gonna strangle this man. Let's say, well, at the end of the day, I'm glad that no harm has come to you.
And same here to you. And I guess it leads into my next question, that now that we're, together in a sense, I thought we could take the time to reconnect. And I'm incredibly curious about your adventures and what you've done.
Yes, multiple
My
people
house
tried to kill me in the span of a couple weeks.
Well, that's the best part. No one can kill you here. There is a field of neutrality.
Oh, Kydra's gonna love that.
It is, in a sense, no one fights each other here. It's peace. Everyone here is.
Hypothetically, if I swung a punch at you
Yes,
right now,
if you want to swing, you can swing. Yes, you can do that. But no one's really going to fight you back. This is a place of healing.
But okay, but no, you can't just say, you're a scientist as well. You can't just say things like that. Is it a physical, arcane taboo that is put on you that if you are attacked, you can't fight back? Because how does it make sense?
No,
you can wish you harm, but you can't wish them harm.
It's therapeutic. There are certain waters that allow you to see the life you
everyone's
live.
on drugs. Oh,
not everyone is on
okay.
drugs.
Okay.
Drugs is a harsh word. Nobody's manipulated.
Okay, we need to leave. This isn't good. Don't like what's going on here.
Anki, I understand your concern. Okay? But I just would like for a moment.
That's why you didn't. No, I'm going to give you the generosity that I'm going to say that for 30 years you've just been drinking this water that makes you all mellow and chill, and that's why you never tried to reconnect or anything at all. And that's the reason I'm going to give it.
It hasn't made me chill. Okay. I, like you, had to survive, and I have done horrible, terrible things. And this place at least eases that pain. I understand that as a father, I should have been there for you. But how was I going to raise a newborn in a place where if I talk to the person the wrong way, if I take the wrong thing, if I don't get to where I need to go, how the hell was I going to raise a newborn child? This year, in the scientific sense of calculus and possibility, was your best chance at survival. And I did it for you. I know that does not make me Father of the Year, but I still care about you.
Well, I did survive, and I'm here. And I was given a life of luxury in a tower that I could never leave. But you could have loved me, and that would have made all the difference.
And I want that opportunity to fix that. If you just let me.
Well, now I have the job to do, so maybe we can talk after. I want to go back to Kydra.
Yes.
Love your reactions when you're not on the overlay. It's like, whoa.
But with that, I think as your conversation is ending and you're kind of dealing with yourself and dealing with these emotions, we see the camera pan back as your conversation is happening, pans over to Kydra as it sort of focuses in on them and them being next to Ilara.
I'm sure I don't need to inform you that one way or the other, Anki and I will be getting out of here. And it's either going to be over your corpse or with you still alive, but that won't change the outcome.
You know, you are lucky I can't. There is a sort of neutrality here that we can't particularly partake in terms of beating the shit out of you. But I'm not here on my behalf.
Sure, then why are you here? Did they drag you in?
Well, not at the same shithole you were from, but I come with a message bearing from good old Father Deer.
I don't have a father, so I'm assuming you have a message from that seer.
Yes, it's from the seer. You did have a bit of a tense fight last time the two of you were together. Even though he understands you were against his aims, you did somehow, by a miracle only that the gods know, earn his respect.
Oh, this is going to be good.
He knows what you're doing this for. You think that some god from the mortal plane is going to give you your heart's desires and wipe you clean of a debt that you owe to them, but you should know better than anybody that those exalted gods are no better than common man. So, he proposes a deal for you.
Let's hear it. I'm all ears and curiosity.
He will, in exchange for you leading Anki back to his home, let you leave to go back to your mortal plane, as he can open up a portal for you to get back home. But he also will give you the two things that you desire. One, godhood, and two, absolution.
And pray do tell, if I were to accept this offer, how would he present me with godhood?
You see she pulls out a vial from the back of her pouch that she has and puts it in your hands. Just because your creator created you does not mean that we do not understand or have the capability of understanding your makeup. This little vial here activates those certain mutations in your body that Darius has been keeping back. This effectively is what prevents you from reaching your full divinity. That's just a short-term solution, but he has the serum that allows you to fully embrace the mutations and become just as strong as those above.
Yeah. Great appealing plan for someone who wouldn't have the insight to think that with this little vial, if, giving you the benefit of the doubt, if this would have some effect on my makeup and my body, if I take it and then I become dependent on you and your little seer, and he holds away the the ultimate vial that I need, but instead keeps me contained with these little things.
Is of poor standing if you think that the seer, out of all people, will want to hold someone like you in his pocket. When he says he will give it to you, he will give it to you, on top of your absolution, that I think you in particular would love to undo.
Yes, because I would love to trust someone like the seer on their word.
He's never lied.
Not to me. I haven't had the pleasure of having a full conversation with him yet, so he hasn't had the chance.
You know what it is, as they look over the pier, to see fate, to see the future all at once in its chaos and ever-changing pathways. He sees that on a daily basis. And for you, he sees that you are always and were a part of Anki's story. You are helping Anki become the lantern. But at a certain point, you either get him killed or change him so much that he destroys the city in the end, rather than saves it. The seer wants these people of the city to live, and in exchange of helping save his city, he will give one that you destroyed back. And I think you know which one I'm talking about.
I think you're conversing with me here on the assumption that there's, in the slightest way, perhaps similarities between the two of us, but there's one thing that you might, or I think rather, might not get. I don't care what the fate of the boy is once we get up there. I don't. He could go on to save your city. He could, as you put it, be so influenced that he goes on a rampage and destroys the city. He could decide to do something else entirely, or he could cease to exist. I don't care for his fate. And any reasoning you go about that would assume I do is flawed, I'm afraid.
Is that what you said to the people of Parazan when they trusted you to be civil? When they put their faith in you to end their war peacefully? How about when you held that little girl in your arms as you had to explain why their family was dead? Why the great savior destroyed their home? I may not be exactly a hero, but at least I'm not a fucking villain.
If I'm such a villain, why should I care? Why?
Because deep down, out of that hard exterior and anger, there is a person who can't stop crying about everything they've done, and who is scratching the walls, bleeding at the fingertips, hoping that there is some way out of the light. in which they can live with themselves. That's what he's giving you.
If there is a person crawling at the walls with bloodied fingertips, then they should maybe finally learn that it's enough time spent having bloodied fingertips and then nothing will change that fact. Sometimes we need to learn our place. Sometimes we need to accept our place and be thankful for what we are. So, I'll be taking him out of here. I'm willing to not make it bloodied, but despite whatever you just said about a neutral field here, believing that, finding a way around it, I'm sure there's some kind of way to bash your skull into the floor right now. I'm willing to not do that. I'm not a monster. I might be a villain, but I don't particularly need your bloodshed. Unless you get in our way, then I will find a way.
I think at this point you see Anki kind of finishing his conversation with his father. Make a perception check, if you'd be so kind, with disadvantage for me, Kydra.
With disadvantage?
Mhm.
Why?
Distracted by Anki.
Why?
Anki, sexy ass dad.
Perception was it?
Yes.
8 plus 5, 13.
13. With that, you see Ilara goes, well, I'm leaving. I'm going to assume that the answer is no.
Smart one.
Enjoy your party. We can't wait to see you on the top side.
See you there.
As you walk off towards Anki, the camera pans slowly towards Ilara. As you see that in almost like an instant flashback to when you were distracted by Anki, they quickly put a device in the behind. As you see, they have a recorder playing the exact message of you saying, I do not care what happens to Anki. Storing that for another time. As the two of you reconvene, get back together, I think that is a perfect place for us to take a break. With that, everyone, we're about halfway here, so we're going to take a bathroom break. So get yourself a snack, use el baño, and we'll be right back, folks. See you in a hot second. Well, welcome back to the second half of our lovely little episode here. With that, Anki and Kaidra, you two are currently meeting back up with each other, but as you are going to meet up with Anki Kaidra, you see that somebody grabs him by his arm and immediately pulls him into one of the nearby alleyways.
Whoa.
Grabs him and pulls him away.
More like grabs it's like if somebody's walking, somebody grabs you and pulls him. It doesn't look like it's like violent in nature, but it looks like grabbing his attention and pulls him over.
Okay, I'll
You can stop grabbing me.
immediately head that way. But we'll see once I get into earshot and hear anything. We'll see from there.
Anki, as you're walking and being pulled, the person you see before you, never seen before, never interacted before, but seems to be somebody who lives here, as they have sort of that sort of same attire of like that white and brown and black sort of flowing robes that they have to them, very elegantly designed. You see they have a blindfold over their eyes in a similar fashion to Ilara there, and their hair is sort of very messy and black, but with that, as you go down and sort of look at it, look at it. Sorry, folks. Behind the screens, my players are doing shenanigans. But as you get behind and sort of see Kaidra come around the corner, you see they put their finger to their mouth of like, do not scream or yell or anything, and
Whoa,
gesture
whoa.
for you to follow.
I
Why didn't I take the message cantrip? What the fuck? Okay, I'll follow.
no. If you follow, I'll like put a hand on your arm
What's the vibe?
and like stop you. Yeah, because I'm just like we're not gonna
The
follow.
vibe
the
they're giving is
person.
somebody like, I have something to tell you. And you
Sure.
gotta shut the fuck up so that nobody hears what we're gonna talk about.
Sure. And I'll instead, hey, let's test this neutral field that's supposed to be here, right? I'll no, don't freak out. Chill the fuck out.
I pull out a gun.
A Glock. I
Let's
pull
test
out my
this
Glock.
neutral field. Ching.
Instead, what I do is since we're in this like alley, I'll take a step straight into the personal space of this other person, and I will, with a hand against their chest, like push them back against the wall and keep them there, forcefully. And I'll say, "What do you want?"
I am trying to save you.
Yeah, sorry if I don't trust a person I've never met before. What do you want?
My name is Sunny, and you should not be here. It's dangerous.
Yeah, we're
I
getting out.
want to help you leave,
Why?
because you'll be stuck here if you don't.
What do you mean? I'm also there.
I'm also there.
People are exiled here all the time. No one ever returns back home. There's a reason. This place is like a haze.
I let them go. I don't take like a step back.
You'll start to feel happy, at peace. Then you start to forget things. Then you'll never want to leave.
And why is that not the case with you?
I'm halfway there. I've done things that I don't want to forget, but this place, it's like fighting a tide. But you have the
Okay.
key.
So let me guess, you want to leave as well.
I would like to. but I don't know if I'll be able to.
Do you know where the portal would be?
You see, they try to remember, almost like someone who has amnesia. I don't know where it specifically is, but I do know that every time I go looking for it, it's under the mansion or the manor. Is this a question in person or out of person?
This is a question out of character.
Okay.
Do I get the vibe that dispel magic would do anything in the realm of helping this person clear their mind?
Give me an Arcana check.
Yippee! What do I add to this? It better be good. Oh, thank you. Thank you for not being...
Oh, thank you, Lord! What's your
that's a 24.
24? You know that if you cast Dispel Magic, something instantly will happen. I will not let you know whether it is good or bad. I will just let you know something instant will happen.
And this person visually looks very much like Alara.
Not Alara, but it's like same like speech. It's just very much the thing that you know about Alara is they seem to be someone who is devoted to the Seer's cause. Because usually they give up their eyes to be with the Seer. Because this whole thing is I give up my eye and whatnot.
Sunny has the thing?
Yeah. She has like similar, not in the same like
Okay.
everything, but it's very much like their eyes are covered.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna say, I think I can help you try to focus. Would you allow me to try that?
Sure.
I'm gonna put a hand on their back, and I'm just gonna imagine, like if we were under the ocean, and I'm going to imagine creating like stopping the water from touching this person, and I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic on them.
Under the sea.
Under the sea, as you press them on the chest.
We don't have copyright money. We can't say that.
Yeah, but it's okay. We did 6 seconds. It's fine.
That was good. Good job, team.
You do that. Immediately, you see that their body goes into a ragdoll. And all of a sudden, you see that what looks like to be puppet wires that are along their back immediately come like almost like if somebody dropped rope from the sky. Immediately drops down and goes and piles up around their body as they're like a ragdoll with these puppet strings just littered around.
What did you do?
I thought that it would stop the
What did you do?
The emotional lulling. I just cast a spell called Dispel Magic. I just tried to stop whatever magic was happening on them.
I'll lower down, and do I feel them still breathing?
No, but as you touch their skin, you start to feel like their limbs are heavier.
Are they full dead?
They're not dead. They just kind of ragdoll like a puppet.
Do they
Is
feel...
this person alive? Is this person a mortal person? Or are we looking at something similar to like how Norum was was like outer shell, flesh?
I think if anything, you go and just like touching and sort of feels very similar to what Norum was.
Santa Maria, Madre de Dios. You done got me speaking Spanish. You got me fucked up if I'm speaking Spanish.
Mira, coño.
Ay, mama. Well, I'm just gonna try to like a cure wounds, because my cure wounds work on machines as well. So I just want to see what'll happen. I'm trying to just kind of like put this creature back together, or like try to reanimate it in any way. I'll do a revivify if I need to, but I'm gonna try cure wounds first.
Kind of cure wounds, nothing really happens. I guess you kind of wait out. Are you gonna wait out the dispel before it kind of dissipates?
Yeah.
I think you wait like a couple of minutes, and then you see immediately like the wires that are on the back of them shoot back up into the sky, very much like a spider spinning up silk. Shoots back up to the point of invisibility. Senny gets back into the position, and almost like if you pressed pause in your conversation and the place resume, they wait there. Whenever you're ready.
Okay, what was that about?
What was what?
Well, I stopped magic being able to affect you, and then you fell like a puppet.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
How did you get to this place?
I was exiled by the seer. I was a poor house servant and didn't do my exact job to his specifications. So I was exiled here. I don't remember when.
Were you killed?
No, I'm just as live as you are the lantern.
I'll like put my hand on their wrist again. Do I feel a pulse?
Yeah.
They got that adamantium skeleton, bro. It's fucked up.
Well, if you're not going to do what you're going to do, it should be under the manor. I can help.
How would you be able to help?
I may not remember where the exact portal is, but I do know that the door is at a certain place at a certain time. The manor isn't exactly just a house. It like changes, like a kaleidoscope. No room is ever in the same place once. But that door that leads to the bottom is always at a specific time and place. And I can help you once you get inside. You should have no problem. And I work there, so. Your honored guest, you'll be walking through the front door.
I think I also visibly am debating.
Look, I have to get back to the manor. I'll be there if you want my help. If not, good luck. As you see, they proceed to going down the alleyway, trying to reconvene with society outside.
I'm gonna look at Kedra. I mean, do we fucking that was weird. What do we have to lose? Everything here is bad. Everything here is bad. They're all mellowed out. I don't believe half the information I got from that conversation. Not because of illusion, just because of general vibe.
You should check if your father reacts the same way.
Okay, yeah, sure. Who would be the puppet master? Who would be the puppeteer?
If it's not the one who oversees this plane, there can be someone above them.
Well, Galehand does have the word hand in their name, which if it is them, fucking on the nose.
we solved it. We fucking solved it.
We fucking got it, y'all. Good night.
No,
we got him, dog. You've been captured. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Case closed, like.
Jesus.
Credits roll now. Well, Galehand has hand in their name, and then there's also the seer.
They didn't seem to be lying per se in any way, so that either leads to believe that in a moment of awareness they spoke the truth, or whoever is controlling them wants them to speak the truth.
I'm going to relay the information that my father gave me about the effect that this place has just of like general sort of like mellowing people out. I'm gonna say, okay, so, well, okay. Maybe we go to the party. He wanted to speak to me while we were there, so while we speak to him, when I speak to my father again, I can try the dispelling magic on him. And if the same thing happens, we book it down to the basement and try to find that portal. Or maybe we have to get the information about the portal first. This might be an escape situation. Do we want to proceed with the assumption that everybody is on these invisible strings?
Absolutely.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that. So I wish you were going to say no. Let's proceed with full hearts and optimism. I know it's never going to happen, but I really wanted to hear you say it. What
Sure,
did
well-
Lara speak to you about?
They're trying every tactic they can to get you back to your tower.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And they thought they could convince me to play into their hands and bring you back to the tower. I kindly said that this neutral field might be the only thing stopping me from making her a body to walk over.
You didn't sell me out?
Let me jog your memory in the fact that I got you out of that tower in the first place.
No, I know that, but I have to assume that they know the godhood stuff with you. And I have to assume that whatever offer they tried, if they're desperate enough, would have to do with that. You? I'm not shocked in a bad way, I'm just...
And
Appreciate-
everyone's smart enough to think a few steps ahead knows that whoever is weak and on their knees tries desperate attempts to appease whoever is above them. They don't mean it. And they will gladly take a knife that's behind their back while they're on their knees to take your hand as they get up and stab you. So no, I have no intent to work together with those people.
Yeah, well...
And neither should you.
Oh, no, absolutely not. No. We can intellectualize why you said no, but... Thank you for having my back. It's nice to have a friend in all these. So
We're not friends. Don't start saying that.
No, it can be one-sided. I've decided that you're my friend. I don't have to be your friend, but I've decided that you're my friend. So that's too late now, sorry.
Fine, whatever. This town is possibly fully on strings. We do know that the portal is a low dimension. I am assuming it's safe to say that assuming it's safe to say that Galahad knows that if we give it enough time for the party to finish and for them to see us off, that we would be under whatever compulsion this is around this place.
Yeah,
So,
it would be very bold to say, hey, here's the key, without knowing that there's a timer on us wanting to leave.
Precisely. So, I suggest we try and find that portal on our own.
Okay. But, so the only lead that we have right now is that it's underneath the castle, the hall, for the party tonight. So do we want to go to the party?
We have to be at the mansion. Let's see if we Do not. I am logically thinking if we do show up and somehow manage to leave for a second, be it to use a bathroom or whatever nonsense, we could leave without causing a ruckus. If we do not show up at this party, we would have a short time span in which nothing would be wrong before they realize we are not showing up, and they would also cause a scene.
Yeah. Okay. Well, sounds like a plan.
Fantastic. As that plan is being formulated and you're talking about that, matter of Francis, how is he playing into this here? As he, for sake of expediency, relaying everything to him, he is wondering how.
Yeah, he's here.
No, that's actually a good thing. No, perfect. Yes. I didn't count on him, but he is a perfect person to immediately send into the basement, where Seni said that they have access to that one. So surely we can get him through some kind of like servants' quarters down into the basement immediately.
Damn, he's not even getting invited as a +1.
No, not +1. You're going to go to fucking peasant quarters. Fantastic. So, understanding, very begrudgingly, but still understanding his purpose.
It sucks for him.
Begrudgingly, I'll offer to switch places.
What, you get to get drunk and eat your asses off, and I gotta end up in the goddamn. Is essentially what he says. Like,
Oh, boo-hoo, I'll take a steak and a lobster tail for you on the go.
With that, time passes on as night begins to wane here, and soon you make your way to the iron gates of this manor. And what you see before you is a ingenue, a delicates. Yeah, that's right.
I don't know why this sort of like, what era is Vivaldi's Spring? It's
very
This is Vivaldi's Spring, isn't it?
pre-guillotine. Pre-guillotine.
It's giving pre-guillotine.
It's giving. It's 1 second.
It's
Fucking.
giving. Maybe we should think about workers' rights. Maybe we should be. Maybe unions are a thing we need to be worrying about.
It's giving you'll regret this in a few months.
Yeah.
Spring
Giving,
music.
you
1
say
second.
cake, I dare you. But
God, it's giving this like Baroque into classical vibe that it is activating a fight or flight response in me, and I don't know why, because I love
just
this
wait,
era.
we got more to come. With that, yeah, you proceed to go towards the manor, and you see that very much at first you have a feeling to walk in, but there is sort of a ward that begins to melt into the ground itself, as it allows you guys to go into this before it kind of reforms its way back up. What you see before you is a pristine white and gold stone building made of very elegant pieces of animated statues here. From the hedges to the actual physical gold, they seem to be giving this, in the sense of like you had a dancer there or something to sort of pose and be with the light. You see everyone here is in costume with masquerade masks, being the primarily theme of tonight, as everybody is drinking, making jokes, laughing. This party has been going on for quite some time, so you're probably getting in around maybe halfway through the libations here. But as you proceed to go into the house, it gets a bit stranger. The perfect combination of stone and nature, giving that sort of apocalyptic feel of things have been overgrown, but in the sense of that it's been shaped into a beautiful essence here. But you do notice that inside this place, each of the rooms and halls at an occasion, almost like if it's set to a clock, change. People that are in a hallway immediately disappear and go into another section of the house. Ceilings become floors, floors become ceilings, as this random amalgamation of what you can see as maybe a fancy fun house is where everybody is partying and taking their libations. You are just because entering are brought forth to where Galahad is treating his guest. As you see, at the moment, he is playing some weird amalgamation of beer pong with teacups and brandy, as he very delicately drops one of the nearby balls and goes, "You have to drink the teacup, Mr. Charlton."
Not
And
beer
with that
pong.
doing,
Very
with that,
sophisticated.
welcome, my
Let's go with the
friends.
teacup.
Very much of like, as he throws in, welcome, thrice welcome to the party. As you can see, we've already gotten started. Mr. Clayton here is quite the drinker. You see, he goes, how's it going?
Hi.
He's fucked.
You clearly already bustling party.
And you see, God, are you hungry? I heard that you have quite the appetite, and I doubt you have had food like this in any of the other places. As you see, for the first time in a long time, actual food. I'm talking prepared, seasoned, not out of a can.
I need a question. I need to have a question, sir.
Yeah.
Mr. DM.
Yes.
Mr.
Now,
DM.
this is Mr. DM. This has a solid like Land of the Lotus Eaters from the Odyssey vibes. Have I heard of anything like this before? Is there any story in this world of food that if you eat it, you can't leave?
I mean, you've heard that story, but whether it pertains to this scenario, you do not know.
I don't care if you even look slightly tempted. I'll give you a glaring look.
No, I was gonna say it to Kaidra. I was gonna just go be like, hey, just as a heads up. There are stories of places where if you eat the food, you legally can't leave. So just,
I'm not
just in
stupid.
case.
I had an upbringing as well.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, okay. Whoa.
I would suggest the chicken. It's to die for.
I'm good. What? You've outdone
That's
yourself
what breaks
today
you?
with these NPCs.
It's to die
I would
for.
suggest the chicken.
Oh my god, how are you gonna get through this?
You gotta lock in. He's a character. Let's lock in, folks.
Yeah. I think it's the very typical taking a plate, putting some stuff on it, and then doing like when they're not looking, like throwing it behind your shoulder or something.
Yeah, I think Francis sees this. What the fuck?
Oh, we're not interacting with him. He's a servant.
He's still looking at you, just like, bro, you said you were gonna cop me a plate. What the hell?
And if I catch him staring a little like a little too intently, I'll say, "Why is that peasant looking at me?"
It's so hard to find good help. Servant! Be gone! Your vile gaze and foul stench deters us from our libations. Goes, yeah, sorry about that. And kind of goes, just picking up the brandy. Kind of goes off.
Do I see my father anywhere here? My alleged father? I don't believe anything.
Yeah,
you
he's
say.
here. You see that he seems to be in like he's having a salon at the moment, so it's very much like debating about topics.
I'll speak up to damn, why am I always like Galahad? There we go. Gallant. I'll speak up and I'll say, since it's a party in our honor, do we get the privilege of perusing your very big estate?
Oh yes, you'll hear that. They wonder if they can peruse the grounds. And you see there's just a loud laughter. My
I hate
darling winged friend. You can go here, there, fly up and down, explore the grounds. Do as you please. That is the wonder of my hospitality. Isn't that right, everyone? You hear? Please enjoy yourselves.
Temptation of like having you do dispel magic on him is
It's strong.
it's so strong. Okay. I think
I
before
don't have
we
that
give
many
in,
third level spell slots.
I think before we give in, with our plate of food, I'll be like, well, then the ever-changing rooms seems very fascinating to me.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
to keep the party lively. Imagine you're sitting with your friends, talking about the great politics of the world, and in an instant, you're with the drunken fools playing the latest teacup games.
I couldn't imagine the room staying the same while I have a conversation.
And make sure everybody sees each other. It's very hard. Some people can get awkward when they first come here. This lightens the mood and gets everybody used to each other.
Okay. Are there any places for people to speak in private? My father.
Privacy? Why would you want privacy?
He
What
wants
is there to
privacy.
hide? Is there something you need to discuss? I can make room for you if so wish, but privacy?
Well, it was my father who. It was
Okay, so you guys are making this hard. You're making this hard.
It was my father who wanted the privacy, not me.
Very well. I will provide you a room for your father and you to discuss.
Yes.
Now, and with that, as you do that, you see tempo changes, rooms begin to change as you find that you are immediately pushed, turned around, like almost like someone pushing a wood floor, and you find yourself inside of what looks like to be just a small room with you, Kydra, and your father there, who is like, and I also would son, this is quite strange, but a pleasant surprise. How can I help you? Oh, and you must be Kydra. You see, he goes up to shake your hand. I'm very happy that you've been keeping my boy safe.
Yeah, sure you are. I don't even shake his hand.
Yeah. No easy way to say this. Hug.
And you see there's a tear coming from. Are you sure?
Peace offering.
Well, I would more than love a hug for my son.
Dispel magic.
What's your DC save, just for my personal curiosity?
Motherfucker. Dispel magic doesn't have a DC save, so Dispel magic. Choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell of third circle or lower on the target ends. For each spell of fourth circle or higher on the target, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability to the DC equals 10 plus the spell's circle.
Gotcha. Okay. You see for a moment, his joints lock for a minute, but then continues with its motion. Almost like it stops for a hot second, screeches, gives noise, and then continues with this motion. I love you, son. I'm always going to be here for you.
To a bright future.
Might we
You just
ask
step away.
how long you've so how long have you been here? You were exiled here?
Time is not a thing I particularly am keeping account of here. The salons are too wonderful to even consider what time has gone by. I
But
don't
so you were
particularly know.
so you were with the seer on the other plane and you were exiled by him here.
Yes, when Anki was maybe 1 or 2, I was exiled.
Alive and healthy.
Yes, I mean, the hospitality of the cultural section is renowned.
Oh my. I want to test the neutral field again, but we're in a room literally alone with him, right?
Yeah, for the moment.
You just kill him and immediately go to the center of a room like, don't look at the corpse.
Like a movie theater, like a movie set just raises up. Like, what was that?
I am so debating if I do want to do that or not.
Don't kill my boss. Don't kill. Just because he's kind of fucked up now doesn't mean he's not cool. Come on.
Sure, let's say that in this conversation, you see, or we see, Kydra, like, her hand reaches back to the handle of her mace, like, ever so subtly, and, like, lingers over there for a second. But
I'm gonna just shoot you a look. Dad, you were
Yes.
let's talk in hypotheticals. Hypothetically, if there was some sort of mass effect, whoa, like the video game, some mass effect affecting an area that made people docile, that affected their memory, if such an effect was momentarily dispelled on its victims, would that make them fall like puppets? Hypothetically.
Very strange question. But
Well,
if
we're
we're
talking
going
about
to-
saving the cities and everything. We have to be asking strange questions.
Well, if you hypothetically, if some sort of caster with a not necessarily necromancy, is more puppetry, mind manipulation, could possibly control someone from a distance. But they would have to be quite a powerful person if they were doing on a mass scale.
And if that something like that was happening, what sort of place would you think would be a good place to center and anchor the magic from?
It could be many things. Could be a key, a well of power, somewhere that is a bedrock of the, how you say in common, the original ground, like a cave or something like that. Something that was here before everything was built on top of it.
So, like, I'm just gonna turn to Kydra. So, like a more ancient part underneath something like a governmental manor.
I'm shooting, like, daggers at you.
I whispered that.
At this moment, you hear the clock on the side. Ding! Whoop, it looks like the rooms are going to change. I'll be at the party if you can find me again. I would love to talk more about these hypotheticals.
Yeah.
You see immediately changed again as you guys find yourself in just the front of the manor itself again, as you are by yourselves. You see Francis is on the side looking at you as he's giving what looks like to be two couples a bottle of champagne that they open the cork and immediately hits him in the eye. Kind of goes and goes over to you. Hello, dear travelers. How can I... What the fuck are you doing?
Can you show us the bathroom? Anki here terribly needs to go, and he can't go without me holding his hand.
I will be more than happy to help. Let me see. And kind of guides you two over to a nearby section. As he does that, you see that hiding over by one of the nearby the servants that you were speaking with before clocks you guys, Senny, and then follows suit. At this moment, closes the door behind the bathroom with all you in here. Senny goes, I'm glad you made it. Who's this?
Who is what?
And you see, hello, my name is Francis. They're being rude.
We need to get down to the bottom. We need to go find the gate.
Yes, doesn't matter who he is. We need to go.
Okay, follow me. You see, they take the step forward, following suit, and you see that they point to the end of the hallway here, where there's not a lot of people. But you see there's a rather ominous looking door that's made out of like maple and looks a little bit out of place versus everything that's more stone based.
Awesome.
Down
I'm
this-
putting on my goggles of detecting magic.
Keep walking,
yeah.
Francis.
Yeah, let's just go into the
That's two
fucking
ways to
ominous
find if it's
wooden door.
trapped. Just fucking St. Francis.
You see, going forward, do you tell Francis to be like, open the door, Francis, as you like take cover, or are you just all walking?
I don't want to take cover, but he's going first.
You see, he takes a moment. Opens it. No trap, but you just see that it looks different from the rest of the house as it looks like a staircase leading down. Cindy goes, you just follow the steps downward and it should lead you hopefully to the exit.
Am I picking up anything with my goggles of detecting magic?
You just notice that it's like almost like a dimension door in a sense. It's like this is an extension of like, this is a tunnel to somewhere else.
Yeah.
All right, keep
The
walking.
dog's barking.
I gotta take care of that dog.
Keep
Nice.
walking.
Yep, Francis first.
With that, Francis still going forward, going fucking bullshit, cursing all of his way down. Just like, God damn it, motherfucker, piece of shit. You all proceed downward. And what you see before you is a rather strange sight again. As what you see before you is this large, cavernous-like region that's dripping like water and whatnot from the ceiling above. You can see there's various crystals in the wall of various hues and colors, which makes sense given where we are. And as you go down, you see what looks like to be a sort of makeshift lab. You see that it's this large open space that has various things going on. There's a generator hanging on sort of like the right upper side of it that seems to be powering this. But you see what looks like to be just a mobile station to be doing science that has a number of things going on that you can't see from this distance. But Francis sort of poking his head out, kind of goes, all right, I did a lot of the walking. I ain't walking today.
You're walking.
Why can't you the one with the fucking wings? Why don't you walk and fly your ass over there?
One more time. You're walking.
One more time.
And kind of he gets up. He does his stealth to the best of his ability as he goes up. A minute or two. He pops his head out almost like an animal coming out of a hole. You're all clear. Get your ass over here.
Okay. I'll walk.
Walking closer, you're going to see a full breadth of this. You see that this laboratory is set up in what looks like to be a sort of medium-sized crater, which has a similar layout almost to your workshop, Anki, where it's got a little bit more for surgery rather than gears. There's a surgery table, there's chemistry sets, sort of set up large chalkboards, there's writing on it. But the thing that scares the bejeebus out of you, to the point that even Francis is like, I don't know what that is, I'm not dealing with that, is that you see what looks like to be a zombified figure with half of its torso gone, one arm still like there, chained up what looks like to be on one of the nearby ceilings, like facing forward, and giving a bit of a grinning smile from the half-exploded face as their eyes are still purple and gleaming as you see Tenny. When they speak, though, it's strange. Their voice is almost a small echo of what is actually being said as it goes. Well, pleasure to meet you once again. Oh, great lantern and Kaitra.
What are you doing here?
We never got a proper introduction.
Can I scan around the room to see if there is another way to go from here that would possibly suggest there could be a portal somewhere down here?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Yeah.
As that's going on. Anki, you have grown beautifully well.
19.
19. You see there's what looks like to be a light coming from a section of the room that seems to have like there's another corridor leading into what looks like to be another room where light's coming out of it. So you can only assume that's probably where the portal is.
Yeah.
How did you end up here?
I come from beyond the plains. You call them the Gravelands.
Who called you here?
Long story, but to make it simple, we are remnants of an older time. Oblivion was our master.
Sure. We don't have time for answers. Let him rot here. There is further we could go.
Did your father tell you the truth of your origins?
Why don't you tell me?
We're gonna waste time on this.
Apparently so.
I can only assume he told you of a loving story between a scientist and a scientist falling in love in times of chaos.
And did he leave anything out?
He did. A scientist did not fall in love with a scientist. A scientist fell in love with the idea of his experiment. Science always ends up producing individuals fueled by obsession.
So, what does that mean?
The answer you seek lies to the room left of here, where the portal is. I am assuming that is where you want to leave.
Yes, we would very much love to get out.
Sure, very smart and insightful. Let's go, Anki.
I will warn you. This portal is different than the others. It is not simply a thing you jump into and out of.
What will it do
will
if we...
test you.
Motherfucker.
What was that?
It will test you. Show you your past.
Right, enough fake bullshit. Do you want to
They're
put out
throwing you into the village. They're
you want to
throwing you
be-
into the people you killed.
enough fake bullshit? Do you want to be put out of your misery, or do you want to continue hanging here?
You could. But I am not Tenny. I am more bountiful. I simply want to give courtesy to the man that will free me.
What does that mean?
We are part of this city, just like everyone else. When you save us, bring us topside. We are part of the city, so we also get to be free.
Who's we in this scenario?
My brothers and sisters. As you see, he probably is referring to the other corrupted versions that you saw in the first plane.
Love. God, love.
Alright, then doesn't matter if we let you here or we kill you. Alright, let's go, Anki.
I will part one word of advice. It is the past. Remember that.
Great words of wisdom. Let's go.
Lordy. Let's go.
You walk towards the entrance of the light. And as you do, what you see before you is a strange sight. The strangest that you've seen all night. It is a waterfall moving upwards towards the sky in such a rate and velocity that it produces just what looks like to be a misty white that covers around the floor. But into center of it, you begin to notice that this place isn't just some sort of cavern, but rather is a tomb. As you see a large body with its skeletal visage being the only thing left here, lying at the face of this. Primarily where the portal is seems to be the rib cage. But the portal's in front of you.
Well, I guess we leave the mystery of the magic over this place to someone else to solve.
Yeah.
Anki, you know something that distracts you. As Kaiju, you're talking, I think, Anki, you walk towards it.
Yeah.
There seems to be more of the lab set up here,
Yeah, that would get me.
and they're tubes and vials. But more taller. There's drawings.
Yeah, I have a passive investigation of 19. I'll have a quick little sconce. I'll have a quick little look.
You look at it. The drawings are very much in that sort of Da Vinci-esque way of like the body laid out and bare.
Awesome.
You see what looks like to be the larger body seems to be that of the goddess Nasi in whatever depiction they have, as it is this large body in it, but drawn in its center with its body laid out as you.
Wait, so like Da Vinci Vitruvian man of a goddess, and then in the center of it
is you drawn out to sort of what the proportions are, but in your scale.
Wait, I'm having trouble visualizing this. Hit me with that again, real quick.
So think of, it's pretty much essentially that somebody was drawing out the autonomy of this individual, and then in the center of it, they were perfecting your anatomy, like a Frankenstein almost.
So, like, using one as a reference for another?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cooking. Hate it.
You continue looking over everything. You see progression photos. There are experiments, failed test subjects, one whose heart was not the right size, one whose arms were too long, another who nearly didn't form the right way. You see all of these variations of them trying to copy Nasi into a smaller form. Until the photos stop at you. As you see the same picture that you were able to grab from before in your hands. And I think in that instance, you realize it has been half truths and half lies. You were understanding now why they put Nasi as the only parent on your birth certificate, or with the information that they put there. You were grown from Nasi. Whatever part they were able to pull from these bones.
If this big motherfucker.
You are not simply a person. You are a forced grown reincarnation.
Am I a little sapling that they cut off in Nasi and grew in a little test tube?
It looks like it. But as this is going down, Kaidra, I don't think understand what is fully happening. And at this instance, you hear your father come down the stairs and goes, Anki, what are you doing down here?
Our cue to leave.
Anki, do not go to that portal. You are not ready.
Let's...
Is he in the room?
Yeah, he's in the room.
Golden eyes. You don't get to tell me when I'm ready. I'm just gonna hold up everything. I'm just gonna hold up the diagrams. Died in childbirth?
It is not my will to tell you the truth of your origins. Just note there is a reason why we grew you.
Grew him? Excuse me?
Oh, yeah, grew me. Yeah, say it. No, Kadra, get in on this. Get his ass. Get his ass.
You do not understand. The keys themselves, all four of them, they are not enough. There is still one last lock that we have to unlock in order to make sure everyone is able to leave.
Just take whatever you want and let's go.
And what is it?
It is him. You are the last key needed to open the great gate, because Nasi was the original goddess that made the closure in the first place. Sangre y sangre. It is blood for blood. In order for us to be free, you must die.
Pues si mi sangre ha de ser derramada, moriré contento.
You don't get to tell me what my destiny is. If I die on my terms. Let's go, Kaidra.
Go.
I'm gonna go through that portal.
You go in first. You see Francis follows right in. And at this point, you see the father figure begin to slowly turn into a puppet. As you see what looks like to be a shadowy figure, Kaidra, moving it with their hands as they go. If you walk in there, you're not gonna like it.
Beats me. Have fun being controlled.
As you go in, as that white light from the portal begins to overcome the screen, going into your pure white. As this portal, unlike the others, will test you and see if you are worthy of leaving this city alive. And that is where we shall end it for today. Yay!
Hands. Hands.
Hands.
It's hands.
Hands, yeah. Fun hands, right? Jazz hands.
You're lucky they canceled Big Bad Con this year. I swear to God, when I get my hands on you.
Fuck!
What's your full legal name? What's your full name? I gotta full name you right now.
You're not gonna find me. You're gonna government me on stream. Wild. With that, everyone,
I'm gonna government
thank
name
you
you
for
on stream.
thank you for joining us for a wonderful and very intense episode of Ascension. With that in mind, we're gonna do plugs in reverse order here. So please, Anki, Apollo, who did you play? Hear us today, and where can people find you on the big wide web?
Oh, hello, I didn't see you there. My name is Apollo. You can find me on the internet at TellNerdApollo. I do voice acting, I do cosplay, I do TTRPGs. I went through that too quickly, and I don't know if I have more to say. On Sundays, I stream D&D over on @Madaloon's channel. I have a couple of new cosplays in the work. That'll be a lot of fun. A bunch of little projects here and there. Keep an eye out. Thank you, Chris. I apologize to Cobalt Press for my amount of the cursing today. In my defense, Chris is putting me through hell. I wrote 2.5 pages of notes just on this man gaslighting me. Okay? This isn't okay. This isn't okay. Thanks so much for having me.
Wonderful honor. Next up, Syrinx, who did you play today, and where can people find you on the big wide web?
Oh, hi. Once again, pleasure playing Kaidra. Had a wonderfully good time keeping serious this episode. Hey, if you wanted to find me, you would have already looked up my username on any social media. You'll find me there. So I'm counting on you to do that if you want to. Other than that, I didn't write 2.5 pages of notes because I'm not a nerd. But I'm very excited for next episode and to be tested. Spooky, vague, whatever. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Lovely. And last but not least, it leaves me. Hello, I was your resident gaslighter for today. With that in mind, my name is Chris, and I am the producer and GM for this series. You can find me on the internet at vocolon, that's COLON. There we go. Anywhere online. In terms of what we got going on, we are getting to the closer roundabout. We're almost to the finish line for Ascension, and we are putting together a lovely little 2-shot, hopefully next month. So you can keep an eye on that, on all the grand, wonderful socials that we have out there on the internet. But beyond that, we hope you had a wonderful time with our cast here today, and we can't wait to see you next time in an all-new episode of Ascension. Until then, we hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Bye-bye now.